Hello, I'm Bex with Black Whisper Crafts, coming on to share with you another make for Shabby Creep, which is hashtag Shabby Creep 24. It is an ephemera challenge. It is hosted by Priscilla at Release the Craftin'. My day is the 19th. This is the 19th day. It's Latticeworks. And just in case I don't pop this in at the very end, I want you to know that it is a channel hop. So every day you hop to another channel to see their makes. And tomorrow it will be Bella Boo Creations, and I will link her channel in the description box along with all of the other participants. So if you're just now finding out about this, you can pop back on and to every channel and see each and every one of their makes. Okay, so let's get into it. I have some paints, the folk art. They're all matte. I have wrought iron, I have coffee bean, and I have linen. So I'm going to start out with, I love to use, and I love to recycle, I love to upcycle. So I'm going to use Pop-Tart boxes, and yes, we love Pop-Tarts here. So that's what I'm going to use. Sorry, cat hair. And I'm going to just use the largest part on here because we are going to make lattices. So just find where the box, there we go. Just going to cut that off. I need 2 pieces for each lattice panel, and I'm going to do 3 panels. And what we're going to end up with in the end is the room divider panels that you can fold out. But they will be the size to put in a journal for a page edition. I think that would be cool. So we only need the big ones, so we can put these aside for another project another day. I'm going to go ahead and cut this down. And the first panel is going to be fancy. So let me go get all the rest of these cut out, and I will come back and show you how I have them set up to get them cut out. Be right back. We're back. I have these laid out. This is an old Spellbinders ovals. Give you the number. It is number S4990. It's Spellbinders Bella ovals. It's really old, so it may not be available anymore, but I just wanted to give you that information. And I'm using the largest one, the next to the largest oval, and then just the pretty cutout pattern so that the lattice will be behind. All of this will be cut out and this pretty piece will be on top. It'll all make more sense once I start getting it together. And then this is, but I'm going to hand make, that's right, that's the word. I'm going to cut strips out of this 1/4 inch strips, and I will hand weave the lattice behind this. Once this piece is gone, you'll be able to see the lattice, and it'll be 1/4 inch. But the panels, let me give you a rough estimate of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 6 roughly. Didn't really measure it, I just kind of cut them out. And then that will be our lattice plats, I think that's what they call them. These little things here. And then I happen to have this one, which is a die cut. I'll cut that out for the second panel. Put that pretty much in the center. And then this one, I've made these before. This is to make a frame. Just use your nesting dies to make a frame. Kind of like this here, or put it wherever you want to. And then I'll do like 1/8 of an inch little strips, cut little strips, 1/8 of an inch to form these. So right there we'll have a little bit of a lattice. So I think this is going to turn out pretty cool. So let me go get all of these cut out because it will be like this. So this will be the front, that will fold, and that will fold. So you'll fold this out, then that, then that. I think that'll turn out really cool. So let me go get all of this cut, and I'll be back so we can put it together. Okay, let's see what we got from the die cutting. We got this, and here is the lattice, and here is the little wonky window lattice that I've already made. So this one, yes, that'll be fine. There's going to be a lattice here that we will hand make. And this one is the one that I had the die cut of. And I didn't plan on that it would fit in there perfectly but not stay. So I had to do some little improvising. So I just glued some strips on there and glued it all together so that it will stay in there now. So that's awesome. That's pretty cool. Let me put this where we can see it. There we go. Let's see. So let's just glue this down here. That's why I have done 3 different panels, because to me the shabby chic look is all about repurposing and reusing. So sometimes it's just not, you just can't find the exact same thing because it's an older thing or an antique or vintage. So that's why I'm doing 3 different panels, so it look like you took it from 3 different sets and put it together to make one fold out panel. So let's get this on here. Okay, I like that. That'll be cute. I think that will work. And I also, on the back panel, the back of the back panels, I painted around the edges because I'm going to cut for journaling. So you can journal on the back of them also. Just cut a piece of this and glue it on the backs. I think that'll look nice. So yes, I just painted the outside edges and the actual edges. So that's where we're at so far. So I want this one to be in the middle, and this one to be in the end, the little wonky one on the inside. So let's figure out real quick in what order it needs to be so that it folds out correctly. Get my pen in the glue. So I want this one to be on the front when you fold it out. And I want, hold on. Let's get this back in order here. Okay. So I want this one to be the first one. So I want to be able to pull this. So this needs to be backwards. So if I open this one up like this, then we pull that one open. It'll be like that. So this is the only one that needs to go backwards. So that's how we want that to go. So let's get this. So what we'll need is, I'll just use a strip. I'll just cut a strip of this because it's already, what do you call that, kind of grunged up anyway. So I'll just cut a strip of this and score it and glue it from, nope, we're gluing it from edge to edge over here. These 2 edges. We'll glue a strip there, and then you open it up. So I will need to glue a strip on the back of this one. That's right. Okay, awesome. We got that cleared up, so we know which way the hinges need to go. Awesome. And we have this lattice to make right here. So let me go and gather up everything we need to make this lattice here. And I'll be right back in just a moment. Okay, so we have everything together. We have the 1/4 inch strips, and I neglected to tell you earlier that make sure that you cut your strips longer than the diagonal, and you place them that way. That way all of your strips will be long enough for you. So we're going to turn this over to the back. And I'm going to start in the middle. I watched a lot of videos on how other people were doing this, and they all start at one end. I'm going to start at the middle and just go out from there. That just seems to work better for me. So what I'm going to do is, so that is where I'm going to start, corner to corner. Just start putting some glue down. I'm just going to hold my fingers there, pull it back a bit. You can do this however it works for you. But this is how it seems to work for me. And I have tried other glues to use. I like the art glitter glue when I need something to dry quickly. There, perfect. So now we've already got this beginning right there. See? So we're going to keep going. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. So I'm going to lay them out really loosely, lay them out sort of the way I want them to go. But I just like to get my first one down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 strips. But depending on whatever size that you're making, you can do yours accordingly. If you're doing one, that went well. Oh man, that was great. Okay, let's hold this down. Is that where we want it? Pretty much. There we go. That side. Try not to drag this out too much because it can get tedious when you start weaving. So let me get these down really quick like here. And I'm going to reiterate that I am not trying to make them perfect. I'm just eyeballing it. It is an ephemera challenge hop, channel hop, an ephemera challenge channel hop, that's correct. It is hosted by Priscilla at Release the Craftin'. Every day it hops to another channel, and like tomorrow you'll need to pop over to Bellaboo Creations so you can see what is going to be made for the next day, which today is day 19. It is Latticeworks. And I am making a lattice. And I have seen some people use the tape. What do you call that? Ribbon tape, I guess. You just go all the way around the edges and then put them down, but that was just a big whole other mess for me, so I chose to do it this way with art glitter glue. I just like how fast it dries, and you don't have, I would be a mess. It was a mess. So let's pop this last one down here. Okay, let's turn it over. See, they're pretty much dry. If you don't get too much on, it dries relatively quickly. So let's turn it over real quick and see. See, there's the beginning of the lattice. You can always pop some smaller ones in if you need to on the ends. But there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and trim these off just to get them out of the way quick. Now this is the fun part. We're going to start weaving. So I suggest you have tweezers or something. That way you can pull it through easily. But we're just going to go ahead and start with the middle one, just like I did on the other one. I just start weaving it through, just like that. Awesome. So I'm going to glue my first one down here. There we go. To go diagonal. See, it's just under, over, or over, under, whichever way you prefer to say it. And it's just starting to look like a lattice. Awesome. Let's get one more going here. So we started under there, so this one we want to do over. So we'll go over the tweezers. Just go over, under, whatever you did on the previous one, do the opposite on your beginning weave on the next one. But I'm not going to glue those down. I'm just going to get them woven in there. So this one is going to begin under, over, under, over, under, and let's see if there's enough room to get it in there. There it is. Ah, maybe. Oops. And I may end up doing more on the weaving side than I did the other one. It's okay. So this one we started going under, so we want to go over the first one, then go back under, then over, get another strip. And I'm not concerned that some of my strips are wider than the others. I think they're all a quarter. Yes, 1/4 inch, but they could be different. Okay, this one we went over, so this one we want to go under. It's much easier when you have some tweezers of some kind to use. Okay, so let's get this kind of spread apart a bit. Let's go and take a peek on the other side and see how it is looking. See if I can get it popped over. And that's looking cute. Yeah, I like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and finish this and glue it all down, but I think you understand the weaving part of it, under, over, and over, and glue it down and trim it off. So we will be back in just a moment when I get that finished. And we're back. Just wanted to show where we are so far. Got all of the lattice that we wove through and is on. That is the back base. I guess that's how you would say it. But this will go right here, possibly, after you get it all painted and everything. This still needs to be all grunged up. But just wanted to, so we're going to open it. It's not happening right now, is it? Hold on. There we go. That was funny. So you just fold it out, pull it out, I guess, just like this. There's the middle, and then there is the end. That is the one that is the die cut, and this is my little wonky one. But they're all on the bases, and if you just fold it back up, you can turn it over, and here are the journal spots on the back. So we'll do some stamping and some inking and things on these before we glue them on. But I just wanted you to see the progress, and I have the little pieces in there, and I put the grunged up side forward and this side backwards because it matches these. I thought that looked just great. That brown on there looks nice and grunged. Oh, we'll grunge it up more. But what I'm going to do now is get my paints out. I'm going to start with the lightest paint, which is the linen full court matte. Then we'll do a little bit of the grunging up of the coffee bean. It's also matte. And then this wrought iron, it actually comes out black. So this looks black. So those are the three I'm going to use right at this moment. But since it's just painting, I'm going to put my gloves on and begin the painting process. Well, the painting sure took a lot longer than I anticipated. I'm really glad that I'm just going to cut out a lot of that because that just took a long, long time. So far, let's see where we're at. This, still, you know, the back of the Pop Tart box. This will be the front, and I did the brown. You'll see that I painted all the brown, but I did go over it with the wrought iron, which looks black, but, you know, wrought iron is black. But, so I painted over that. I think it looks pretty creepy and grungy now. So let's just show off everything else. Here is this one. That's the front one. This is going on. And then there is the inside panel, like that. And then here is the next one. Nice and grunged up. And that's what the inside panel looks like. Just go over like that. And here is the smallest one, my little wonky lattice that I created. And then there is the inside, that panel. So it goes on just like that. So I also did the hinges. Let's see, for the back, I'll show you here. It's not too confusing. The back, we're going to stamp on this, glue it on the back so you can journal on all of the backs. But the hinges, I wanted this color for this hinge so it would match that. But then when you turn it over, the hinges for this side, I thought that the gold, I don't have any tiny, tiny piano hinges. So I thought the gold would make it appear to be more like the piano hinge. I may take a black Sharpie and just make some little lines like that, like the piano hinges. But I think that's going to be better for the hinges like that, for that side. So got both of those painted and ready to go. So now in this segment, we're just going to take the back, and this will be the panel that goes over it. We're going to stamp it and ink it and put it on there. So let me get these put aside. We don't need the lattice panels. Just need the back panels. And I did write with a pen so I would not get my panels mixed up. That's just how I do it sometimes. There we go. Okay, so now all we need is to get the spider web out. Just like that. And that's it. That's all I want on there. Just a hint. Just a hint. Just like that. To ink it back up again. Just a hint. Looks pretty good. One more time. There we go. That is just too much over there. I don't like that line. There we go. Just a little different. I just didn't like that square line on there. So let's just go over these and just add just a little bit more lines a little farther out. There we go. Just an illusion. That's pretty much all we need. Okay, so we have those panels ready. So these just need to, how about we do some black at the edge? I don't know if I want to use this or if I want to use, oh, that's nice. That's good. That's nice and creepy grunge. Let's just use this. Still leaving plenty of space to journal on. So let's get these glued on here. This is cardstock, and this is a Pop Pop-Tart box, so they will adhere together well with this art glitter glue. I know this is loud, and just have to turn your volume down if this is too loud. It's kind of a scraping noise. But I'm just going to, let's see, that is the bottom, so this is the bottom. Just center them, that is all I'm going for. I think that looks so nice and creepy. Okay, I'm going to set this up here. Put these out of the way. Just set that on. We're having a creepy good time. Yay. Okay. Okay, now we have the back panels all finished. And everything is dry, so let's just see what we have so far. These are all dry. They're looking awesome. And I do apologize. I don't know what happened to the footage of me putting the hinges on, but it is tornado season here where I live, and when the tornado sirens sound, you head for your shelter. So, and you don't waste time, you just go. So I'm not sure if I turned it off. I don't exactly know what I did, but so sorry it's not visible, but the hinges are on. The gold side is towards the inside where the lattices are. And then when you turn it over, the back side, you do a little touch-up paint there. The back side matches these. So I think that turned out really creepy cool. Awesome. That's the back. So let's fold it back up. And what I'm going to do is get the creep out now. Here we go. We're going to do spirits or ghosts, whichever you'd like to call them. They're going to be peeking through the lattices. Is that not creepy cool? Oh, awesome. So yeah, let's get this on here. This will be the first panel, the second and the third. So I'm just going to pop that over there out of the way for a moment and get this. I want the eyeballs showing through the lattice and also the hand. So we might be at an odd angle, but it doesn't really matter for a ghost or a spirit. Just do it like that. So awesome. And I did go ahead and tear them out. I didn't think that would be very interesting to see. I've torn things out many times on my channel. So there is the second one. And here's the third one. So we have the large, the medium, and the small ones for the lattices. So I'm going to go ahead and get my placement. They're so amazing. I just love it. And I'm going to get my glue. I'm going to hold it in place. Just put a bit of glue. Because I don't want it to be totally glued down, so that a little bit of the so that it is not totally adhered, so it will look like it's floating around back there. Can't spit it out, but it will make more sense. You don't want it totally flat behind the lattice. The lattice does give a dimension, but when you don't glue it down all the way, it just appears to be moving a bit back there. So put a little bit of glue there. Got the placement great. So let's get some glue in just a few little areas. Just so he appears to be kind of floating around. Don't need a lot of glue because we're going to glue this whole thing onto that panel. So we just need enough just to sew a little bit, just kind of to tack it on. See, now it looks like it's moving away from it, so it's kind of floating around. So, yes, love it. Love the creepy. Okay, just one more little dab of glue on this one, and I think it will be great. Awesome. So cool. So cool. I'm going to glue these on first before we put the panels on there, because I will want to fold up the panels and set them between some books, because see how it's kind of warbly. Put them between some books overnight, and then we'll come back tomorrow and finish it up. But let's get that one in there. That is so cool. Set that there, and let's get our next one. These are so awesome. So I want the face to be showing as much. Well, there's not a face, but do you see what I'm trying to say? So you can tell that there's supposed to be, this might look like an apparition. Yeah, well, it can be floating by too, couldn't it? Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty creeping out. Let's do it this way. Okay, let me get some on the top. Oops. Doesn't take much to stick this little thin paper down. There. Pull it up a bit. There. Just tack it on there so that it's not totally adhered on the other side. So like that, so you can tell that it's moving around. That looks pretty cool. Pretty creeping. A little bit more glue on this one. There. Just enough to tack it down. Awesome. Is that not creeping? I love it. So cute. So cute. Okay, now we got our last one on my little wonky lattice I made. So let's see where we're going to put it first. Let's see. This one's kind of floating across, so well, I'm not thrilled about that one. What if we did it this way? Well, this is the bottom because that's the largest part, so it has to go this way. I know, it just seems a little tedious here. I had it perfectly earlier. I don't know what oh, that's how I did it. It's kind of sweeping into the picture. That's it. That's the ticket. Okay. Let's get some glue on the lattice there. Kind of get it stuck. And again, I'm not sticking it totally glued down to the bag. Just a little bit so that it appears to be kind of moving back there. Okay. Now I can turn this over. I do realize there's a lot of steps, but I just really wanted to do this. I thought it was a cool idea. So, and it's so fun to see it come to life. There, now, is that not awesome? Oh, I love it. So, here we have our panels ready to put on. Ooh, that is so cool. Just kind of, just standing there staring at you, and he's just floating across the hallway that way, and this one's just floating across the bedroom that way. I just love it. Love it, love it. Okay, make sure this is how we want it to go. So we're going to pull it open. Whoops. Pull it open. Just like that. Awesome. That is just perfect. So all you need to do is glue these down, and I really don't think it's probably necessary. You don't need to watch all that. It's just gluing the panels down, and I'll be back after it's set overnight and dried. Thank you so much. See you in a little bit. I'm back just to add the finishing touches on the fold out we have going on here. And I did go ahead and lay out some lace because I did want to do some collaging and everything around. And then I just laid it out, all the collaging. It was music paper and black roses and things. And then I folded it up and it was too bulky, and I don't want to bulk it up. So I took all of that off. I didn't glue it down or anything. I had just laid it out just to see how full it would be. It was just too bulky. So I'm going to stick with just the lace here, and two on the front. But these are facing each other, so it looks like this one is in a little lace frame. And then these have the straighter marks here, so they look like they're in a frame. So I think it's going to work out nicely, not to be too bulked up. Yay, we're back for the final reveal for day 19. Latticeworks is the prompt, and I'm Bex with Black Whisper Crafts. And don't forget tomorrow for the channel hop, go to Bella Boo Creations for this old house, and I will link her channel below and everyone else who is participating so that you can just pop on over there tomorrow for the 20th for this old house. But this is for the 19th for Latticeworks for Shabby Creep 24, which is hosted by Priscilla at Release the Crafton. It is time for the reveal. Let's see what we ended up with for Latticeworks. This is the front. It's a fold out, and then here is the creepy ghost behind the lattice that we made in the beginning of the video. And I went ahead and turned this sideways to fit this way. I thought that worked out better rather than being across the ghost's face or the spirit. And then we added the lace here and then the little pull tab. So you pull it open, it comes to the next lattice with the spirit behind it creeping around. And this is the die cut lattice. And then the third lattice is the little teeny tiny lattice that I created myself. Didn't do it on camera, but I just created it myself, and it has a little black frame around it. But I added the lace here and here and here and here. I think that looks nice. I think it turned out nice and creepy. Let me get it up really close so you can see each one of the spirits really well. So cool. I thought it turned out really, really cool. It's the middle one. And then here is the third one. Really small spirit just floating through. And then also you can turn it to the back, pull it out, and you can journal on each one of the sections. I think it turned out really well. Let's pull it open one more time. The lattice that we made on camera together, the die cut lattice, and then the little tiny lattice that I made. Fold it up. We'll just pull it out from the other side, and journal spots. So, that turned out cool. I hope you liked it and I hope you enjoyed it. And be sure, and if you haven't already, checked out everyone on hashtag ShabbyCreep24 on YouTube. Check them all out. Watch their videos. There are really some amazing, creepy cool, shabby chic creations. And also on Instagram. Go check out the hashtag ShabbyCreep24 on Instagram. See what everyone is creating. And for everyone who does every day, Priscilla at Release the Crafting is doing a giveaway. And I'm Bex with Black Whisper Crafts. Thank you so much for joining me for hashtag ShabbyCreep24 for prompt Latticeworks for the 19th. Have a wonderful day.